10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All systems go.
You're listening to Sudbury News Talk.
I want to show you something.
Stand by.
On the morning shift.
Anything
Could happen.
Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift. I'm AJ Walsh. Glad to be here with you. Thankful that you're here with us on this Friday, February 20th, 2026. I can't believe where the time is going. Time is just flying by. We're already almost, it's one more week of February. When we come back next week, it'll be over. February will be done. And then we're into March. So we're one day away from 2 months after the solstice, the winter solstice. We're 1 month away from the equinox, which tells you we're halfway between the two solstices. So days are getting lighter and lighter. I don't know if everyone's noticing that last night it was 6 o'clock and it was still, the sun was just going down and there's still light. It's a good feeling. As far as I'm concerned, we're live on CKLU 96.7 FM on terrestrial radio. We're also streaming live at cklu.ca on the internet. Make sure to hit the donate button when you visit the station because it is Pledge Week. This is the time of year that CKLU makes the pitch to everybody to keep the U in CKLU because that is the U. You are the one that keeps the lights on for the station, the airwaves open, and it is your station. So this is your chance to help support the station and keep it alive. We're also streaming live at facebook.com/Sudbury News everywhere in the world except for Sudbury and Canada because of government regulations, policies preventing news from being posted, shared, or anything. Whether it's local, regional, provincial, national, international news is no longer able to be shared on Facebook, the world's largest social media platform, only in Canada. Canada is the only country to have this policy. Let that sink in. We are also live on youtube.com/Sudbury News, even in Sudbury. Imagine that, because I guess Google and the government, they're allowing things to be shared news related on Google and YouTube. Google owns YouTube, and we're going to be found on demand after the show on YouTube as well. So make sure to comment. We'll do our best to get your comments up on the screen for those watching. Red, for those listening, I don't know about today because we have a special guest waiting in the green room, and that is Anik Gervais. She hasn't been on for quite some time, and I know there's a lot of people who have been asking where she is, also asking where Billy B is as well. And so he's been trying to arrange his schedule so he can come on as well. But today we have Anik, and so I know a lot of people have been waiting for her. And yeah, so let's just get on with things. We'll be coming back with Anik and some talk about local issues and other things right after the weather. We'll be back right after this. You gotta love when you click something and it just doesn't click. But anyways, we're here with the weather, brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. Currently, it is 5 degrees, minus 5 degrees. Feels like minus 12. Today, we can expect mainly cloudy with a 40% chance of flurries this morning. Snow beginning near noon. Risk of freezing drizzle this morning. Local amount 5 centimeters. Wind gusting up to 50 kilometers per hour. High of 0. Wind chill minus 12 this morning. And that's about it. Snow ending this evening. And then cloudy with a 40% chance of flurries. 40%, so wind gusting to 40. And then low of minus 7. Tomorrow cloudy with a 40% chance of flurries. high of -4, wind chill near -12, and then overnight cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries. That's tomorrow. And Sunday, 30% chance of flurries, -3. And it did say sunny for Monday and Tuesday, and the day before's forecast. And I said, I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. And it's now cloudy, forecast to be cloudy with a high of -9, and then a chance of flurries on Tuesday, -12. So gone are the forecasts for 2 days of sunshine. And then Wednesday, -3, 60% chance of flurries. And then Thursday, mix of sun and cloud, -4. That's your Sudbury weather, brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. Back with Nick Gervais, news headlines, your comments, and more right after this. There it is, and there we are, and here you are, Nick. Thanks for being on again and coming on short notice.
No problem.
Yeah, so you've been busy, obviously, doing all kinds of stuff. So if you want to fill everyone in on where what you've been up to these days, as people are wondering.
Well, just life. Life gets so busy and things just fly by. Like you said, time's just flying by, but I'm really actively working my Scentsy business and my homestead. My rabbits had babies yesterday.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, so that's really exciting. And I've been walking in the mornings at about 5:30. I'm trying every morning. But yeah, I've been just doing things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
and sometimes when I have Journey and when I have my daughter, it's hard to get on the show. And then when you get out of a routine, it's hard to get back into a routine.
For sure. Oh, 100%. That's why, that's in my kind of experience. It's all about routine, right? So if you get out of it, you got to get back into it. So it's like working out. I have to work out every night. And if I get out of the routine, I'm like, oh, that's not good enough. In order to work out, like you going for walks, if you stop going for walks at 5:30,
I don't feel like going.
right, and then all the benefits that come with it, you realize, wait a minute, why was I doing it in the first place? And then there's more benefits to doing it, and so you put it back into a routine, and it's like, it's like breathing. You got to breathe. And for me, I have goals. I have weight goals, so every morning I'm on the scale. I have workout goals, so I have to keep that up. And then the show. Well, we didn't have a show yesterday, which is weird because I was asking if you wanted to come on yesterday, and you're contemplating it. But first time, it hasn't happened. I don't know how long. I forgot to set my alarm, and
Wow.
I've been getting really terrible sleeps. And I think it was a divine intervention because I actually slept. I went to bed early that night too, and that might be, speaking of routines, I'm in a routine. So I usually do this, do that, do this, and then set my alarm. But I was so tired. I was a little bit out of the routine, and I forgot to just hit that toggle on the alarm and slept in. So almost I was late for work too. So I got 10 hours sleep when usually I get 5.5 or 6.
Wow. Well, it looks like you needed it.
Needed it. Yeah. Felt really good doing it. So it is what it is. Routine and a good routine is very
Yes.
important. And
Yes.
we are in control of it. So as much as we'd like to think that life kind of gets in the way, we can use whatever we can to make as good of a routine as we possibly can, given the circumstances that we're in. And we'll have to be okay with that. Like, we can't do what we can't do, but just
Exactly.
what
So
you can do. Yeah.
I am addicted to my phone. I'm addicted. It's affecting me mentally right now, and I'm doom scrolling, and I'm wasting hours. And I'm self-employed. I don't have a boss, and I don't just check in to work. Like, so if I'm wasting time, I'm wasting money, or the opportunity of getting money and providing for my family. And this is becoming a big distraction. So I bought myself a flip phone.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm gonna get my flip phone for a month. I'm gonna get off my, this handy dandy computer screen that I'm just obsessed with this new bookkeeping app. Anyway, and
Okay.
and it's so good. It's so good. If ever someone is looking for an app and you're in business and personal and where to organize. It's called Swiftly, one second, Simply Wise. It is, so I'm just so impressed with it. So
Nice.
I need a reboot, and that's sometimes what we need. Like, so yes, you're right. We're in control, but sometimes we're not in control of things. Like some people smoke cigarettes. Like, are you really in control? Like
Yeah,
some
exactly.
people, you know, are addicts. Are you really in control? Like, do you sit on your couch and watch Netflix every single night? Like, if you had to change that routine, are you really in control?
Our greatest
No.
responsibility.
You know?
Yeah.
So for me, I am not in control right now, and
Responsibility
I
is
want to be in control. So
Yep.
let's see how long, if I can actually stay off my big phone for a month and do a reboot.
I think you can do it, Nick, if
Thank
you
you.
put your mind to it, and maybe you make
I'm scared.
certain times where you
No,
bring
I
your.
can't do that, Aaron.
Well, there's not even certain times.
No, because I'm an
Oh,
all
ouch.
in girl. Like, it's all
Okay.
in or not. Like, I'm thinking I'm giving my phone to someone. Like, I might give it to Kevin, you know? So
Wow.
it's not even in my house because I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it.
Wow, that's incredible! Like just a flip, but you can still do some surfing on a flip phone, can't you? You can still
So
get
there's
the
no
internet.
searching, but I can go to my desk and I can do it on the desktop. Like, it
Oh
comes-
yes. So if you had to do something where you need the internet or whatever, you just do it on your desktop instead of your
Yeah.
phone.
And then I'm at work because now I'm at my desk.
Ah, that's very smart.
Yeah.
Very, very smart. Have you been paying attention to anything in the news there lately at all? Anything going on in the world?
Oh,
Anything
well.
going on locally?
There's, you know, those shootings that are happening.
Yeah,
sad.
that's right. That's been very much at the top
it's-
of, yeah.
You know, a specific group of people
Yeah,
who have mental health disorders. But
for sure. Yes.
but you know, so yeah, a lot is going on, and I'm really excited, Aaron, because
You
I know
are.
it's really scary, yeah, because I believe in prophecy. I believe that we're in a spiritual war, and I believe my Savior is coming. So it's just, you know, this is what he tells us to like he warns us about this stuff. So it's scary, but when you know that you can't be saved, no government's not going to save us, no one's going to save us, that we have a Savior, and he's the only thing that we should focus on. That's been really helping me because, man, Aaron, I go online and it's like, don't eat this, don't eat this, don't do this, don't do this. I'm like, what can I eat? What? Seriously, because everything's killing me now. Like, what can I put on my face? What clothing? What, you know, can we even go outside? Is the air even, you know?
However, you've been able to come up with some really cool things because I've tried some of your recipes that you've done recently. So I'm really glad that you've been looking through what you can eat and what you can't, because you came up with a killer chocolate pudding the other day and
Wait.
other
till you
things,
try my latest dessert.
which is,
Oh my gosh. It's like a chocolate pie. It's just almond flour, syrup, and milk and cocoa powder, and you make like a base pie, and then the pudding on top is coconut water and 70% chocolate, so keto chocolate. You melt it, you put it on top, you put it in the fridge for 4 hours. Wow.
and it's healthy. It's the joke I usually have too for work or whatever. We'll bring a box of Tim Hortons donuts or whatever. And people say, "Hey, can I have one?" Yeah, you can have one. They're, you know, and they're healthy too. You know, it's a joke, but in this case, it actually is. You can have a dessert, and it's actually healthy for you. Go figure.
Yes. So Serenity Now said, how many times in the Bible does it say, "Don't be afraid"? And so
Yeah,
one thing that I've been like contemplating is how everything's a frequency, everything's energy. And have you been hearing how they're trying to harvest this low frequency that everyone is talking about? Like, they're actually, I don't know how they're able to do this, but when everybody's caught up, like they've released all these files, but at a specific time. And the people who released it are in the file. So obviously it's to their advantage.
so you're referencing, and I just saw this the other day. It was David Icke. He was on Redacted, and he was talking about this, about frequencies. When you vibrate at a higher frequency, these criminal people that are in charge of the world that do all these nefarious things that are involved in the Epstein files, right? So these are the people doing these things. I hope our audience has looked into what's in the Epstein files, and not only the sex trafficking, but the other stuff, which is like horrid to even think of.
Yes.
These people are doing these things, and it's pure evil. But the thing is, they're vibrating at the lowest frequency always. And so in order for them to have power and keep it, they need the world to vibrate at the low frequency that they're at, so that way they can flourish, because the world is in their frequency, so they have all power in that frequency. And the more people that rise above that frequency, meaning just rise above it and don't have fear in the face of things that are trying to tell them to be fearful, things like that, just rising above, they have no power anymore, because you're not vibrating at the same vibration they are. And so they feed off that low vibration.
Feed off of that low vibration. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the AI machine somewhere who's actually collecting this type of energy, and it actually feeds something. Like, I don't really know, but I know there's a statistic that has proven that the more people who are in temples and more people in mosque and more people meditating, there's less war on the earth. Like they showed that, like it's science.
It's science, yeah. And there's a lot of science that shows that intentions or prayers or whatever have you, because I remember one specific example. They had somebody on one side of the world trying to affect, like praying for an area on the other side of the world, and actually they could read it, like scientifically read the vibrations of that prayer. So very interesting. And it's like a radio, right? So you're tuned into a frequency. That's that radio station. It's 96.7. That's a frequency. That's how people are able to hear what we're saying right now, because that's the channel. And the way that these people that control the world, if we're all vibrating at that channel, it's all anyone hears.
Exactly.
That's the message. That's the station they're tuned into. But the more people I've got to get off that station, and a more positive one, then we're all tuned into a higher frequency that's not dialed into all that crap. Then there's power there, and they do not want that, because they lose their power, they lose their influence, and that's where we're going now. That's where we're heading.
That's where we're headed, and things. The only reason why people should really look into what's going on is because it's demonic. It's not just evil; it's actually demonic, and they're doing satanic rituals. So these people who are very powerful, educated, have a lot of influence, believe in the devil and Satan, and so then you're like, okay, maybe there's more to this world. And I love that someone shared that Jesus says, "Fear not," because that's a frequency. And when you focus on him, that's a frequency. So if everything's a frequency, what could be the highest frequency we could tap into?
Exactly.
And to me, I believe it's Jesus Christ. So when we tap into that, then we are eliminating a lot of other things. It's kind of like eat an apple a day, keep the doctor away. These days, the apple's probably not good for you. It's probably toxic because it comes from China. So you don't even know. But one thing I know is that I've been really focusing on my Savior, Aaron. I've been reading a lot. I've been doing a lot of scripture, really focusing on myself and realizing that this world, if you get sucked into it, you will get sucked into it, and it will bring you down.
And as you know, I'm delving into Isaiah, the book of Isaiah right now, and I have somebody who's a very, very expert in Isaiah. He spent his whole life just in the pursuit of understanding the person and the message of Isaiah. And he had 10 years of rabbinical school, and he's also Christian now. And he was a university professor who's dedicated his whole life. He has his PhD just in this pursuit of understanding Isaiah. And in there, it's so clear because he has his own interpretation of Isaiah based on the original transcripts, the original Hebrew, and it isn't 100% correctly translated in the King James Version, and he explains why, and it makes a lot of sense when he says it, and it becomes a lot clearer. And something that you mentioned that all just brought up to my mind is people don't realize, and it says this in Isaiah about the ruling class of our world today, because Isaiah is written exclusively for us, for everyone listening now, for you and I. That's why he wrote what he wrote. And talking about the elite of the world, no matter what you want to think about religion, and no matter what you want to think about the Bible, they believe in the Bible. They know the Bible is true, and they know the devil is true.
Yeah.
And they worship the devil because the devil has deceived them into believing he got a bad rap, because the story is Satan rebelled against God previously before the world even began. He rebelled. He said, no, this plan that we're going on, this world thing, it's just going to be a lot of heartache and whatever. And it ain't going to be good for all you guys. And a lot of people believed him. A lot of people said, yeah, it's going to be so hard, and this, that, and the other. And he got 1/3 of everyone in heaven to follow him and to, and so they all rebelled. And so they were all cast out. Now, the devil's deceived them into believing he got a bad rap from God, like he was right. And God is bad.
Yes.
And he's good. He got a bad rap, and he's actually going to overcome God.
And he has. That's what he's saying. He has.
And on this world.
And out in this world, he has. Yeah.
And
right.
and that's how they're deceived, because he can say, watch, look this.
I'll give you everything you want.
And he can, and he does.
Here.
He follows through on it in this earth, because he has the ability in that vibration. That's where he functions, in the vibration we were just talking about, right? And he has all power.
It's true. He tells people that when you die, they're just going to party for eternity. But he has no control there.
They're going to be eternal. That's right. They're going to be eternal. He's going to be the leader, and they're all going to get their rewards. And look how you're getting your reward now. It's just going to continue. And that's how you have these people like Bill Gates are saving all the seeds and stuff, and they're going to get rid of all the deplorables, and they're just going to live on the earth, forever in their eliteness. Like, they're all deceived. And in order to be part of this gang that they're a part of, they have to do all these terrible, just deplorable things.
Yeah.
And people don't really understand what's behind what they're doing. And it is, like you said, it's demonic, and it is devilish, and it's evil, and their leader is Satan. Whether or not you want to believe that or not, just look into the Epstein files and say, what would push somebody to get to that point, to do the things they're doing? Really, honestly, anything other than a Satan-like figure who's just pure evil. What would be the motivator for these people?
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
And it's terrible.
It is terrible. And there's just so much terrible things. It's my algorithm is like filtered. Like, not filtered. It's just full of it. Like, everything that you could ever imagine that I was researching in 2020 is just popping up right now. Like, everything is back. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to get a new reboot of my algorithm. I need to not focus on this stuff, even though, like, I find it interesting. I don't know why people don't think it's interesting. Like, I don't know why people are just so scared of conspiracies when, like, most of them make sense,
Well, the thing is, it's not even conspiracy. So I have a clip here I want to play just for mainstream media. We always talk about mainstream media on the show, and because something just came up here just recently, anyways, we've all seen this, and we've had just recently where Canada, they had a conference. All the media people get together, and they have different conferences, different times of the year, but one of the guys for one of the media associations gets up there and he goes, "We got your back, Carney. Don't worry about it. And we know you got our back." And he's the media talking about a politician. And the media is supposed to be unbiased. And we share these types of things. You have Justin Trudeau saying, there's a reason why the media is liberal. There's a reason why. And that's because we pay them a lot of money. And he's actually joking, but it's true. And we've played this time and time again, so I won't play that. But one thing I will play that I've played before is this whole, what people are saying the media is bought and paid for and whatever. No, all local media, it's all their own things. All the journalists go out and do their own reporting and things. And it's just not true. So I'm just going to play this thing. It's from the States, but it's also true in Canada, where there's all these local news stations. They're saying a story you think is just local, but meanwhile, it's just the same story written by one person that goes out to everybody, and they all just repeat it. Remember this?
Is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about the trouble and sharing irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
the sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
It's extremely dangerous to our democracy that people on the internet are sharing false information that they don't fact check and all these things. It's only mainstream media you can trust.
I know.
Right?
It's Miles in the comments said, "Did you see there was a CBC? She had a hot mic, and she says she started giggling, and she's like, whatever. This is all fixed."
That's what I'm going to play. That's what I'm going
Okay.
to play right now.
Good.
So here you go, just for Miles.
An embarrassing hot mic moment captured during a CBC news broadcast is a revealing off-the-cuff comment about what the on-air talent there really think of their audience and perhaps of their own reporting. It came during a segment featuring chief political correspondent Rosemary Barton. She was commenting about the defection of Conservative MP Matt Genereux to the Liberals. Barton said Albertans are now warming up more to the Prime Minister. There's a pause. And when she thought she was off the air, she laughs and tells Canadians what she really thinks. Let's listen.
Some people in Alberta are kind of warming up to the Prime Minister because he has taken markedly different positions on issues that matter to them, whether it be energy development or climate change measures that he's backed off on. So maybe Mr. Genereux feels like his riding is starting to move in that direction as well.
Rosie, thank you. The CBC's chief political correspondent Rosemary Barton live in Ottawa. Minister of Industry Melanie Joly is speaking to reporters in Montreal. Let's listen.
Just because it's all made up anyway.
By laughing about it and dismissing her own report.
So you hear that? Because it's all made up anyway. Very clear. I'm just going to go back again just so people can hear that again, just in case they're like, what? She laughs and says it's just all made up anyway.
Montreal, let's listen.
Just because it's all made up anyway.
There you go. So that's Rosemary Barton just telling us like it is. That's real news.
That's real news. The scary part is that I don't think it is, but this could be something AI could do to
yes, in the future.
us
In the future
with real like aliens. You know, the aliens are coming.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Like right now, like they're talking about it. Trump supposedly has a letter that's written that's going to come out, so to people they can know that aliens are real.
Yep.
And like, spoiler alert, guys, aliens. Yeah, there are people from other worlds. God has created worlds without number, but the aliens they're talking about, they're demonic beings. Again, it's demons. It's demons. It's not aliens that we think that they've been showing us on TV. But so that's why it's so important. Yes.
So this is interesting. Again, another thing that it's revealed from Isaiah is that Satan mirrors everything God does. So Satan has his own version of everything God does. Like when I talked about these elites think they're going to inherit the world and they're just going to have their own utopia and they're going to live forever with Satan in harmony. Well, that is going to happen, but it's not going to happen with Satan. It's going to happen for the people that actually follow God and his precepts, and people who only want to do good. They're all going to be able to inherit the earth, just like Rush, right? And the meek shall inherit the earth. That comes from a scripture. And that's true. Now, the idea of aliens, get this. So Satan has his Antichrist that's going to come onto the scene any time now. He's ready. Everything's just ready for the one world government, one world currency, one world religion, you name it, one kind of legal system. And you need a ruler of that. You need a king of the world. And so Satan has his version of the king. And then he has his aliens that he'll have. So he has aliens, and a lot of them are AI. A lot of them are demons. And a lot of them are the fallen angels. So he has his version. But then God, it's because God also has his people that are not from this world as well, that come to help those that are struggling under the Antichrist as an army, basically, that come and defeat him. So it's basically the all-time battle between good and evil. And there are some people that join us from the other world. So it's very complicated in some ways, because we're going, hey, they're going to deceive you. There's going to be a guy. He's going to talk about aliens and blah, blah, blah. But God also has a guy who comes to protect us from that, and it involves aliens as well. So this is going to get super complicated, and you're going to have discernment 101. You're going to have to know what's good and know what's bad, because like you said, AI is going to... Who's to say that? I didn't just make that up just now, right? Yeah. Rosemary Barton laughing and saying it's all made up anyways. I could have done that, right?
Yeah, you could have, yeah.
So what are people supposed to believe?
Exactly, and that's what they have now. So all the liberals who are watching this are like, if it gets released or something, they'll be like, oh, that was just an experiment. That's just how easy we could do things in AI. Don't believe everything you see. Like, it's just easy how people could just spin things around. Like, that's probably not what's going to happen, but it's just also scary where they're like, oh, you might see my face plastered somewhere saying that I said this or did this. Or literally you see me with a gun shooting someone, and it's not even me, and it's not even my voice. So that's why we're in a spiritual war. And I tell that to people all the time, Aaron, like, you are where you are in life because of the actions you took in this world. Mm-hmm. That's why you are. But we're not just human. We're a spirit having a human experience. I'm not a human first. I'm a spirit first. That's my core. So it's like, we are where we are spiritually by the spiritual actions that we take. We are going to go and end up where we go spiritually by the spiritual actions we take. So right now, it's like a lot of people feel like they're hopeless. There's nothing to do, but there is. This is the beauty that we can see clearly that it's a spiritual war. So it's really important for people to ask big questions, to get on your knees and ask your Savior, whatever you believe in, and to guide you, to direct you, because you're here in the most incredible time of history. And that's what we are told. So it's really exciting times, but it's really scary when you don't see hope.
Yeah, or you don't understand what's going on, right? And it's getting to the point where you're going to need God. And you don't think you need God because you got a good job, you got 2 cars, you got a great house and family, and everything's working out. But that's going to change very shortly, and the world is going to change very shortly, and things are not going to be the same. You think the same way, you've been, your grandparents have been, whatever, things are just going to continue on. It's not. Things are going to get very different, very quick.
They say 2025 is the last year of a somewhat normal life, and 2025 wasn't normal, but it is the last. Like, we are now now in it. We're in the 4th stage. I saw a video. It's like all the big countries like US, Japan, Russia, they've stage 4, all at the same time of, I think, the New World Order and releasing all this information. It's just like, guys, they're all friends. Like, they're all friends. This is all a sham. This is WWF, because in WWF, there are people who don't actually like each other, but it's a script. Everything's scripted. And
it's WWE now, but yes, it was. Right. Yeah, because they had to change the name because World Wildlife Federation had the WWF.
Oh, but that's funny.
Yeah, and it is wrestling. It's professional wrestling. Yeah. The world, if you look at the economy, they're talking about digital because this economy in the world is about to collapse. There's all kinds of signs about that.
Oh, but Aaron, they've been saying that for the last 10 years.
Yeah, well, when it happens, you'll know it happened. Now, they're saying it for the last 10 years because nothing just happens, snap your fingers. And there's people that are out there, sounding the alarms because they're experts in different things. And you've been hearing this for a long time. Well, that's because it's been happening for a long time and they've been getting ready for it. And all the economies are struggling, and that's part of the plan. They're just going to sink the ship, sink the economies, and then up comes this new kind of everything is tokenized, everything is digital. It's either you're in or you're out. Either you go along with it or you don't. And there's going to be a huge separation of people with this. And that's, again, right? You're going to either believe everything you see on mainstream media, everything your government tells you. You're either all in there or you're all out. It won't be any more fence sitting. That's pretty much what it's going to boil down to.
And then when you wake up, like, what do you do? Like, how are you going to deal with it? Are you going to join their system? You're going to have to. And because you'll have no other way. But I promise you that you build that relationship with your Savior, He'll give you another way. He is coming. And they said that He was coming, and it took 2,000 years for Him to come, but He came.
And the thing is, they missed Him too. That a lot of people didn't recognize the fact that He was who He was, and there's a lot of reasons for that. And I think coming up in the future, it'll be similar. Like what people think is going to happen, you might as well throw everything you think is going to happen out the window, because what's going to happen is it's going to test us all. First of all, in order to test you, it needs to kind of be something that's test worthy, even for those that are followers already. They need to be tested as well. And you just got to rely on the source. You're going to have a high speed connection right to the source and just have, be guided and directed as to what to do. And you'll be delivered, because that's one of the things that He does is deliver you. And you need to know that He's the only one that's doing it. It's not because you did anything yourself other than trust in Him and follow and do whatever He tells you to do, right? And a lot of people find that scary, just trusting in someone else other than themselves and doing what they say. And they say, oh, but then what if people got voices in their head and it tells them to do all these bad things and whatever? We're not talking about that. We're not talking about thinking you're connected and thinking that you're being guided. You have to truly be connected and truly guided and know that that's the case. Because anything else?
I guess we're closing up, but I think, there's a lot of hope. There's hope, and don't be afraid of hope, and have faith and and search for it. If you don't know what we're talking about or it doesn't connect, like, ask, and he will answer you. It all makes sense eventually. And you're more than welcome to come to my church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, on Sunday at 10. I'll be there. You come sit with me.
And where is it?
It's at 900 Cambrian Heights. So in Sudbury, on Notre Dame, where the McDonald's is, across the street, you go up the hill and you'll see a church there on your left-hand side. It's a really nice place. We have church at 10 o'clock. Everyone's always welcome. And it's a good church because there's a second half afterwards where you'll it's like Sunday school. So you'll learn, and it's more interactive. And the second half is actually my favorite part of church, because you don't go, like, I was raised Catholic. You go to the Catholic church and it's like, sit up, stand up. You're not building a relationship. You have no idea what's going on. So we really need to know what's going on. And so knowledge.
Just for the listeners out there, Anik was not mocking the Catholic Church.
Sorry.
She was just doing her kind of rendition of what her priest would have done at the time. She's not mocking it. No, she's just saying that they are the ones who are in control of the service, and they'll speak to you and everything, but you just get spoken to, and you know. I remember being there, and I was raised Catholic.
And I love Catholics. Like, I think anybody who goes to church, any church, that's awesome. You're doing something. You're not just sitting at home doing nothing. So yes, I remember actually, because I was raised Catholic, and then I just started asking questions after a while, like, why do we do this? Why is that like this? You know. And it was interesting. I never really people couldn't answer the questions, which I was wondering, why are we kneeling and then why do we stand and then kneel and then stand? I just didn't know. So what's the purpose of kneeling at this point and then standing and then all of the traditions and things and just nobody knew. They're just doing it. And I was like, well, someone should know why we're doing it. That just makes sense, what you're doing.
And we're not putting down any faith or anybody's way that they worship or anything. It's just that I think we come from a similar background, and we have a similar belief now, and we can both kind of say that it's pretty refreshing, understanding things and having questions answered instead of, well, it's a mystery or nobody really knows these things or kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but no, God he's not supposed to be mysterious. He wants us to understand, and it's not supposed to be mysterious, and it's not supposed to be complicated. It's the gospel of Jesus Christ is simple. It's not necessarily easy because Satan is real and he has minions around you all the time, but it's simple.
It's supposed to be, and again, right?
This is funny. Someone just said the Roman Catholics are the only ones speaking against Israel.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting, and that is very controversial. What's going on right now with that? There's a huge divide. It's very political. That's a hot button topic for sure. Like how Israel is politically. See, Israel politically and Israel in terms of how God deals with his people are two totally separate things.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, religion itself is very complicated. And I know we're not supposed to talk about it because it's one of those things. You don't talk about money, you don't talk about politics, and you don't talk about religion, right? But if you think about it,
supposed to learn or grow.
Like that's a lot of the things that affect our lives. Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
So on this show, we tackle it all. So we just did this
about
morning.
It all.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for being with us today. Hopefully you can come on sooner than later again, because I know people enjoy when you come on, and I do too.
Monday I could be on the show.
Well, there you go. Nick will be back on Monday, and you heard it here first. Thanks, Nick, for being on today.
Thank you for having me.
Remember, everyone, to stay aware, like, share, take care. Stay tuned now for Earshot Daily on CKLU 96.7 FM. We'll be back with a Nick and all y'all on Monday. Have a great weekend on the same platforms. God willing, we'll be back at the same time on Monday. Ciao for now. Remember, it's Pledge Week. Ciao.
This is Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.